So some of that stuff that's on that sheet we're going to identify in the diagrams, right? And so anyway, but we'll see a couple of the big things here. So right away, the esophagus is right behind the trachea. So let's see here. Okay, there it is. All right, so there's the trachea, right? You can see the rings of cartilage, right? That tracheal cartilage, it's hyaline cartilage, and behind it, this big tube right there, that's the esophagus. So you got the mouth, and you got the pharynx after that, the esophagus, and the esophagus is the tube that goes all the way down to the stomach. So there's the liver right there. Here's the stomach, this big sac right here. And then from the stomach, you go into to the small intestines. So the small intestine is divided into 3 different sections. The first section is called the duodenum. Some people say the duodenum. I used to say the duodenum, then I switched to the duodenum because I thought that's kind of cooler. But anyway, okay. So that first part's the duodenum. So the jejunum is going to be in there somewhere. But just identifying it here on the cat, I don't know. You probably have to know exactly how long the cat duodenum was, and then try and decide whatever. We're just not going to worry about that in here. But just know the jejunum is that middle part of the small intestine. Know that for the practical. Okay, so I'm going to put a pin right there where you can see the stomach, and then you can see this is clearly the small intestine, so it's the first part of the small intestine, that's going to be the duodenum. Then you get all the rest of this is all small intestine, and then you get down, let's see here. Okay, and you get down to here. This is still a small intestine right there, but then you have this, all of a sudden it empties into this really big thing. That's going to be the colon, right? Or the large intestine. So that means that this is the last part of the small intestine, which means it's the ileum. Okay? And you can see the big difference. There's the width of the ileum right there, and here's the width of the large intestine. This first part of the small intestine, this little pocket here at the beginning, is called the cecum. And this whole thing is going to be the large intestine, or the colon. And it goes all the way down, and then you get down to the rectum and the anus, but you can see that on the diagram. So we'll identify rectum and anus on the diagram. And then one more thing. Okay, so this is the liver right here, right under the diaphragm. And then this little deflated sac. Sometimes it's kind of a greenish color, but in this particular cat, it just looks kind of brown, sort of like liver color. Anyway, that's going to be the gallbladder right there. And so that's it for the digestive system on the cat. The rest